Hello, my talent Cyrus and Madam Tilly, and welcome one last time to the Waifu Tavern Frequency podcast. Here with my special guest, Panda, or Aces, or how do you like the character? Aces a Panda?
Hi, I am a
Ace the
panda.
Panda?
Either or.
Okay. And Upside Down Matt. Good to have you back, darling.
Hello, and hello.
Okay, in case you hadn't heard the last episode, but we're slightly, due to scheduling and creative differences, we're in the podcast, at least the podcast format. I'll pretty much be back to video game talk in the future. So the Waifu Tavern Frequency will be back. Yeah, that's for sure. Anyways, today though, this is a topic requested by my Matthew. And it's something that I've been wanting to deep dive into.
What
Anyway,
bullied you into?
what's that?
Yeah, I actually bullied Tilly into this one secretly, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's not wrong. Anyways, but we're talking about media based off video games. So comics to movies to TV shows to novels, and whatever else,
Just the video game's a little bit too hard. Just try different media. Maybe you can beat that book.
Yeah.
No skill involved.
No, don't burn yourself. Yeah, because this is definitely something I wanted to do, especially if I were to pursue like doing YouTube reviews. I kind of want to deep dive different video game franchises, like review all the Sonic games, but also all the Sonic comics and shows and stuff. And same way with Final Fantasy and whatnot. What's that?
Said, perhaps, do you mind we start with comics once you're done?
Let's see here. I guess that's in alphabetical order, isn't it? But yeah, Matt really loves the comic books. I do like some comic books too.
So why don't we start off with the longest running comic book series?
Oh.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Eat.
Well, sorta.
Do you mean like the Archie series?
So Archie is RIP. It died in 2017.
Okay.
So IDW has taken over since 2018. So if you kind of think of it almost as two different series, but still going from 93 and still getting comics to this day, I mean, that's 20, 30 years of comics.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Ooh, yeah. I just saw a Kool-Aid Man gift.
Oh, yeah. But it's kind of amazing just... how much do you guys know about the Sonic Archie comics at all?
I own a couple of them. All I know is that they were very, it is very,
its own thing.
It's, well, not just that, it is very heavily, 80s pilled.
Oh, yeah.
Very campy,
Mm-hmm.
Lots of weird, proportions.
Oh, yeah, especially if it's Ken Penders doing the arts. Now hear me out. He's a good artist. He could not draw Sonic characters to save his life.
I was about to say, all the Sonic characters looked a bit, not, I don't want to say derpy or, doofy, but
derpy
they're just not, the shapes are just inconsistent.
Agreed.
At the same time, that's also an 80s problem. That was a problem with, presses and just the way that the ink, was on that kind of paper.
Well, that, and I'm also... Seems like some of the Archie artists are just hit or miss, I'm going to be honest. Some were pretty good. Some I'm going to not be as nice to and say, maybe you should have worked on a different line.
Yeah, I definitely grew up. In fact, I think they kind of helped me get one of my first Sonic games because they had little things in the back, you cut them out and you get 8 of them and mail them to the company, and then they'll send me a copy of Sonic 2 in the mail.
Nice.
Many years before Amazon was a thing. So that's how I got my first Sonic game. But yeah, some of those comics were good, especially when Super Sonic got involved. Oh, and that was back when Knuckles was taken way more seriously.
Knuckles was green in the comics for 3 years.
if I remember, those comics also really had like weird directions with female characters, which take that as you will. It's Sonic, so
And also Ken Pender's writing it, and I'm not gonna go clown on the dude, but the more you look up at him, the more you go,
is it like sleazy like?
Yeah, just spit it out, man.
I mean, he literally wanted to write some of the characters like getting it on with each other, and then
Oh, okay, so
and Sega's like, no.
yeah, no, okay, so sleazy.
Full on fucking or just romance?
Like trying to hint like, oh, he wanted to give this character her V card, and I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, is this
this is
the
a
whole
kid's-
like? Is this the whole shit of like? Because there's like a, I forget which of my buddies told me. Is this the shit where it was like Robotnik was thirsting after Sally or some shit?
What?
I don't know specifically that part, but somewhere, and I don't know. Pender just did not. And there's also Sally Acorn, this and that. And let's just say this is what happens when your Japanese company doesn't care what another company does because of poor communication, because of lack of internet, and the licensors just aren't giving you notes to work with. So they're like, all right, Charmy the Bee. I don't know how old he is. We're going to make him 18 and a prince. And then later, many years later, Sega Japan comes in and said, yeah, he's like 3. He's got to act like a kid. And they're like, excuse me?
I thought he was like
You have to make that
7 or
change
some
now.
shit. I always assumed he was like 7 or something.
I forgot his exact age, but regardless, he acted
I know
like...
it's in the single digits.
But yeah, he was supposed to act like... Yeah, they wrote act like adult. They had to fix it, so what'd they do? They had him get bonked on the head. Brain damage to make him act like a kid.
Oh, that's so dumb.
And literally, Ian Flynn, who is a great writer, and he's been working on the IDW Sonics, straight up says, I regret doing that writing decision, but I didn't know how to make an adult into a kid.
So when you say IDW, you mean like modern Sonic comics?
Correct.
Okay. Because if there's one thing I will say that I noticed in the writing is, man, they love doing good character writing for people that aren't fucking Sonic.
The IDW stuff?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say, mind you, I'm reading this stuff, I'm like, wow, Surge is getting a cool, this character's getting cool that. Sonic is...
Existing.
I mean, and he's there for the ride, and he's not
That's cool.
unenjoyable. Just there's not much character development because I know Sega Japan doesn't want to evolve.
Oh, no.
Well, yet they'll do it for like Rouge and fucking. They'll give Omega an entire fucking book. Omega, the murder robot that got left in a fucking corner because of Eggman's like, nah.
He's 20 years old now, so...
Doesn't matter. Omega's a literal killing machine that Eggman forgot in a closet for like 20 years.
I mean, I can see that because if you look at all the games and all the stuff, he's built so much stuff. How's he going to remember everything he's got?
Omega literally was designed to be a killer.
Most of the shit was there
a killing robot.
All of his stuff was kind of designed to be a killer. Like, everything got a laser built into it.
Omega's hand is a chain gun.
Robotic even has a fucking robot in Sonic Boom that, like, is just there to stuff ballot boxes. But it also has lasers.
Also, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Omega like 6 foot?
6, probably like 5 foot. But yeah, he tall versus the other characters.
Yeah, like he's huge compared to everyone else. I think Omega's bigger than Big.
Froggy, where are you, Froggy?
Listen, Big will always remain everyone's favorite meme, and we will love him and cherish him, but we will forget him and then be like, oh yeah, he existed.
And then maybe we'll toss him a racing game in the spinoff. Maybe.
God.
Just don't remind John St. John that he voiced him. He doesn't like that.
I'm gonna say that character has had like been so many games, but it's like never recorded a new line. Yeah.
Well, it's because like the times were way different, and like he is a slower character.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that like both physically, like mentally, he is pretty slow. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but like
He's got the
he
girl.
literally talks like this, and that can be very poorly taken. Like you can't just like nowadays you can't really get away with a voice like that without a good reason.
It's like, oh, we
Even
just hate
if it's
special
just
people.
funny. You can't do like, haha, this is a silly voice now. It's like no.
I'd say I was like, are we allowed to make fun of anyone? Like outright just be malicious? Or no.
I don't think Big. That's the argument that people make about Big, but I don't think Big makes fun of anybody. Big's just Big. He
Big,
wants to go
big
fishing.
Anyways, but yeah, that would have been nice to see Scourge in the games, and a character we'll never probably get in the games is Sally.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Sally's more of an Archie's character, and
Sega.
Sega very much wants to keep themselves very distant from the Archie series.
Even though okay, so just in case no one knows this, so Ken Penders sued Sega or sued Archie, saying I have all these characters I made for your comics. They're
Oh
like,
yeah,
no.
no, I forgot Ken had the. Does Ken
Yeah,
have the
so-
rights to them?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, I just
So-
thought this was Sega just being like giving them a big berth.
Nope. So Sally Acorn is legally Sega's.
Okay.
Well,
However, are we ever going to see that character again? No.
I was about to say, people demand we see the fucking Sonic Riders characters. I'm like, no, you keep
Well,
them
hey.
in that weird game. You
At
keep
least-
them there.
At least as writing of this recording,
Release.
they were in the most recent arc of the IDW Sonic comic.
Wait, they were?
Yeah.
I thought they were just like one-off characters. What the fuck?
No.
Yeah,
okay.
no. They made a couple appearances in the IDW run. They're actually used.
The Babylon Rogues,
Yeah.
our bird gang of fucking hoverboarding fucking thieves?
Yeah, literally from issue 69 to 75, it has a Sonic Riders inspired arc.
What the fuck? So wait, is it just literally like Sonic Riders where it's just like the Babylonian rogues learn that they're fucking genies and shit? Or like they're descendants of that shit?
Oh, it's more.
That was such a weird plot twist. We're actually descendants to genies, and that's how our gear works because our gear comes from magic carpets.
Yeah, they did. I promise you in the comic they did nothing about that. This is more, hey, evil or guy running an event, in the background and this and that, and one of the established characters is like, oh, God, you're evil. And, have to stop them. That's basically the story, and devastating.
There's some weird tension between Wave and Tails. We're not sure what they're doing with that. Because also we don't know if that's creepy or not.
Yeah, Tails is another character where his age is very inconsistent.
Wave? Yeah, it's Wave, right? The purple one?
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that one because Tails is supposed to be canonically like 13 or some shit, and Wave is supposed to be like 21, and it's like, this is weird. I don't like shipping with Tails because Tails is a child. This is weird.
I mean, that's discussion itself. Like, Tails kind of goes from like heroic to cowardly and stuff. Yeah, like every other game.
Dude, I hate how the fandom treats him as a Shota character. I fucking hate it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, exactly. It's so weird.
But Sonic comics will probably live on.
Oh yeah.
Before, long after we're dead.
Yeah. There's a Sonic Boom Run. Let's see
God.
here. Let's see. Okay, Assassin's Creed comics. They're like very hard to find. Oh boy.
Well, that's because they're Ubisoft like limited, like print.
So split between DC, Titan, and Dark Horse, but so I like to get my hands on them. Even did digital copies, so you're fine. Because I want to like deep dive into the Assassin's Creed series at one point.
Oh boy.
Yep. And let's see. Don't start the Batman Arkham, a video game adaptation. Because it's like an adaptation of a video game that's an adaptation of a comic.
Well, I mean, actually, that's an interesting one.
What, like the
Injustice.
DCs?
Well, specifically Injustice. Obviously,
Oh,
it started off as a video game. It
Mhm.
got a comic book adaptation, but the comic book adaptation way outlived the video game's relevancy.
yeah, just chef's kiss. I love my dickhead Superman universe.
Tch.
I love my dickhead Superman universe.
Now, for the record, I've never read any of the Injustice comics
They're
at all.
good.
But just knowing that how much they outlived the video game's relevancy is kind of amazing.
It feels weird to stop after Injustice 2.
Actually, that's kind of like how it would go. Because literally, it's just, hey, Brainiac's here. Brainiac's being an asshole. Superman wants to just stop Brainiac and just tell him, hey, fuck off. But then Superman's like, nah, fam, we gotta blow him up. We gotta blow him up and take his ship so that way we can make sure everybody listens to us. Because the idea was that this is the universe where I forget what comic it was specifically of Justice League, but essentially Joker, what was it? He used Crane's fear toxin on Superman and it caused him to kill pregnant Lois or some shit like that. Batman caught Joker. Superman really pissed off at Joker for basically tricking him into killing his kids. Superman offs Joker, and Batman's like, no, you're out. And then half the Justice League's like, nah, I'm with Batman. I'm with Superman. He should have killed Joker from the start, whereas everyone else is like, we agreed, no killing. Like, what the fuck? And then it's just Brainiac in the middle being like a shitter.
Yeah. I mean,
It's a fucking dumpster fire.
Batman was kind of in the wrong, so yeah.
Batman didn't know.
Yeah. With the whole
He
killing, saying
he
like,
learned way too late.
yeah, like when you consider the amount of like graveyards the Joker has filled, like there's a statute of limitations here, Batman.
Oh, that I just remembered. Also, he also nuked Metropolis. I forgot about that.
Oh, just
That was the only reason Batman knew, because he was busy dealing with fucking his shitty ass fucking son Damian. Sorry, I have a very huge disdain.
So he
Joker
literally commits genocide on an entire city. And Batman's like, no, we shouldn't kill him. That's the most stupidest logic I've ever heard.
It's Batman. It's
like
it's
because I already like started like as I gotten older, I kind of got less of a Batman fan. Mostly due because he's just kind of overrated. But
I get it.
Now it's like when you think about his no kill logic, it's like that's so dumb.
It only starts to get that no killing thing really just gets a little in the Injustice books, because at that point shit's already gone downhill.
Yeah.
Like at this point you're only holding onto your moral code of no killing just for
pride.
the sake of it.
Yeah, just for pride at this point. Especially when you consider Joker's kind of
like would be a better word for it.
You know, Joker's kind of like Houdini. He can't be contained. Yeah.
Well, no, Joker's dead. Like he's dead in the Justice
I'm talking about
world.
in general. Yeah. Arkham's like a revolving door.
Oh, Arkham makes me so annoyed.
Yeah.
That's.
And right now, you guys want me to just talk about Absolute Batman, but it wouldn't be relevant to this podcast.
I'm about to say, yeah.
I'm about to start
However,
Absolute Wonder Woman.
Record, it's good.
The Arkham books are good. I will say that.
Okay, now for before I talk about the comic book, just a quick movie that was not good, Borderlands.
I can explain why that movie flopped so bad in one simple sentence.
There's a comic book series on Borderlands. I hope it's better than the movie. So.
I heard.
Oh no, yeah, the graphic novels have been around for a while.
Though, I would like to just bring up one thing about the Borderlands movies. Just because you have star power does not mean you're guaranteed a profit.
The star power was a good thought, but the real problem was the rating. Borderlands is supposed to be very toilet humor, very bloody, gory, like over the top. Like if it was R-rated, like everyone's like, oh, R rating would have saved it. No, yes,
Yeah.
it would. If you know Borderlands, you know their humor is very R rated. The fact you made it PG-13 and you gave us such. Jack Black and Kevin Hart are no strangers to acting like debaucherous idiots and
Yeah.
It's probably
jackasses.
like would love
It's
it.
matured by now, but like
Oh, Kevin
Bor-
Hart will fucking go to town.
Borderlands should have been more like Expendables, not Avengers. You know.
Exactly.
that's
That
how they
is
market
what
it.
I tell people. If it was rated R and it actually let the writers go to town like they were supposed to.
But you know, the main issue I think is there was not one, not two, but 17 producers. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there were too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never heard of more than like 2 or 3 producers on a movie. 17.
Yeah.
You should only have one or two producers on set at a time.
Exactly.
The only time you should ever have that many cooks in the kitchen is writers.
Yeah.
But at that point, you're
Hell's
not
Kitchen.
writing a movie. You're following someone's like storyboard.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately what happened is the producers kind of took over the writer's booth, which is not what should have happened in the first place. Like I said, there was a lot of fuck-ups
Yeah.
behind the scene. The
I-
actors at least did their best.
I did. Well, I did watch because I watched this show called What Happened, off and on, which is a documentary series about but the bad video games like your Duke Nukem Forever, your Big Rigs, all the bad games. Basically, it goes into like bad video game cycles, like development cycles and stuff. You know,
Yeah. Development hell.
and he also covers I guess video game adaptions as well. And he's like, out of all the episodes I've done throughout the years, this is probably the most baffling one because like every wrong decision was made.
And for that, yeah, the biggest one was just trying to make it a PG-13 movie when the source material is nowhere near that.
Yeah, the casting was like everyone was too ancient and old, and what's her name?
Okay, I don't know about
Blanchett.
that.
Like no, like Kate Blanchett, who played Lilith, who is like 30 years too older than the character, but she only took the role just because she was bored from being locked up in COVID. You know, she had no motivation to play
fair.
the character. You know,
That's
she
fair.
just wanted to get.
I could tell she had energy, but it wasn't like all there.
Reminded of one thing. It's sort of related, but not related. It's like South Park the movie. They're like, make it PG-13, Trey Parker and Matt Stone. They're like, no.
Yeah, because they know their material. They know it would suck so hard if they made it a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, so sometimes, guys, you have to realize, like, let's look at Deadpool. You know, I know not video games, but close enough right this second, you know, R-rated, kept the spirits of the original comics. You can't age regress on things. We're not making Muppet Babies here. We're making this.
Yeah, Borderlands was not the game series to try to convert to PG-13. It was not.
I'm not even trying to think of a game series that you could go M to T. You know what? Metal Gear Solid probably the only one you could probably.
Metal Gear Solid because there's honestly not a lot of blood and guts in it, anyways. You can argue technically Revengeance, but that's a spin-off game.
And also, it's like it's rare to ever pull a trigger on an R-rated anything nowadays. It's why it's near appeal. Let's see here. But speaking of R, Castlevania. You know, first off, we got a good comic book series.
It does.
And not to mention, it's kicked ass on Netflix.
Oh my god, I love Castlevania.
I need to start watching that Nocturne now that season 2.
Oh, I already know you, Tilly. You're gonna claim every fucking main major guy as daddy, cause God, everyone's daddy, and I hate it.
Okay, any mommies?
Oh
Hey.
no, yeah. Oh, this is Castlevania. It is littered with. Take your pick.
Yeah.
Oh, Alucard is
I've been told Ryan's not as strong as the OG series. They fired Warren Ellis. Not sure why.
Speaking of Castlevania for a second ago, the Netflix series.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Sorry, my brain went blop for a second. I'm like, Yeah,
Right
Frank.
side up for a second.
Yeah, you finally caught up, but I'm surprised you haven't seen it, Tilly. It seems coded for you. It's
Yeah,
like it's the perfect if you don't want to get into dark fantasy. Like if you're on the fence about a dark fantasy anime
yeah,
or just that medium in general, Castlevania is such a good start.
yeah. Like I say,
What
I've
with
not seen Nocturne. Uh, yeah, that's what I'll
which
say.
is again good.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
the
you
problem
defeated
that people
Belmont. Like
say.
that's such a smart written. Direct's so well written.
Oh yeah, Trevor and the Belmont. They did the Belmont so much justice. I love my Belmont
Yeah.
boys.
The only issue I could tell, I think I think there was supposed to be 5 seasons. Because season 4 felt a little bit rushed.
Well, that's because they're trying to like also cover like the games a little bit because Alucard is literally just that's all of the Night series. So that's Symphony of the Night, Aria of the Night, and there's one other game that's Alucard based.
But yeah, 'cause I heard they fired the main writer.
Which
Because
was unfortunate, but it had to happen.
yeah, do you know why?
From what I remember hearing, he just wanted to take it at a much slower pace when it didn't need to.
Okay, that explains season 3 in a nutshell. Then,
Yeah, season three is basically, if I'm remembering correctly, season 3 is when they introduced Trevor Belmont, our favorite blueberry whip boy, right? Is that season 3, or is it still
video game 3? But yeah,
Yeah, so that would be
Trevor's been here since the
Castlevania
beginning.
3.
Yeah.
I think that was Rondo of Blood.
No, oh no. No.
Hey,
Trevor
Which
is
one was Rondo?
Dracula's Curse from Castlevania 3. Rondo of Blood is
Is
sorry,
Rondo of Blood
Richter.
2? Richter,
No,
that's what I'm thinking.
And
of.
no, it's not the original trilogy. It's like the 5th game that came out.
Oh, Rondo of Blood was the 5th?
Yeah, 5th or 6th game.
Yeah, that might be right.
Yeah, because there's
Fifth
also
and sixth.
Generations, which is yeah, like a timeline.
Yeah.
And then like right around the same time, right after it was Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, that was the Knights
But-
trilogy with Alucard, with Aria, Symphony,
And then
and
you got the N64.
oh yeah.
Oh no, because Alucard was in the NES game as well.
Was
3.
he?
Yeah, Castlevania 3.
Oh shit, he was. I always forget about 3.
Alucard's in like every generation.
Again?
Yeah.
Is he really?
Just
Yeah,
about,
because he
yeah.
just
Maybe not as the main
super
character.
slow.
He was in the last game too, Lords of Shadows too. He has his own DLC.
I haven't played Lords of Shadow. I haven't actually played a modern Castlevania. I need to.
So that's why it felt like 3 felt like it was taking its time, season 3, and then season 4 kind of felt like things were a little rushed. I always thought it was weird that like say Carmella never once crosses path of our main heroes.
Carmella is the one who is always affiliated with that mask that cries purple, correct?
So happens in the games at the show. I'm talking about the show. It's just, yeah, and that's never shows up in the show though.
Which is weird, because isn't that like the whole thing with Carmella?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Castlevania 2 did not exactly have a lot of writing. NES, yeah. Not to mention, need a better translation. Basically, like Carmella, Isaac, and what's the other guys? Like Hector. Like they all kind of really had their own storyline on the side, Game of Thrones style.
Mm-hmm.
They never once really crossed paths with the main characters, except for like a brief moment.
Yeah.
But so I thought it would have been more interesting to see if Carmella fighting Trevor and Alucard and stuff. But no, they never crossed paths. So I thought
I noticed that they don't. So I noticed this. They didn't. I don't know if it's still true because I'm not caught up on the show. They really don't like having writing Alucard fights, which is fair because Alucard is fucking crazy powerful.
yeah.
Literally, man was about to fucking kill Homeboy in the first meeting, and he had to.
Right.
And Also, I've also noticed anytime they're fighting, it's super fan servicey with Alucard because they always got to show a lot of his chest or he's got to be shirtless. There's no in between, which I'm not complaining.
His pants unbuttoned.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I hope they're not just writing Alucard off as the fan service for the like. I mean, granted, I do likes me my manly fan service, and I do like my Alucard. Like, but god damn.
And so yeah, so I'm really curious to see how he is. How he's older than Nocturne.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see here. Just thinking back to the comics. Oh man, some of these corny ones like the Cheetah Man or Centipede or Contra got a comic book.
I got a good one. One that's outlived its video game series, which is kind of sad.
Oh.
The Darkstalkers.
Okay.
Yes. Oh my god. Darkstalkers is such a cool universe.
And that's the problem. Like, I like these comics. They continue the characters. I want to see their stories. I want to see their adventures. I want to see them fight. The problem is, Capcom's like, you just want a costume of them? No, I want a video game of them. They comic book, but
you recall what happened in Street Fighter 6.
No, what happened?
They did a whole season for Darkstalkers.
Huh.
And in the middle of the season, they were like, hey, vote for your favorite character. Can you guess who fucking won?
Morgan?
Yep. It was Morgan, Lilith, and fucking Felicia.
Which, I mean, all excellent waifus for the Waifu Tavern.
Well, where the fuck was John?
John Talbane was on there.
He wasn't in top 5.
True. John Talbane is cool, though.
And we had a costume of John Talbane, and it was kind of a shitty costume because I know most of the players just got the tail or like the pants or like the like they only wore one part of the costume, which was the fucking tail because they wanted an anime wolf girl or wolf boy character, which that's really all you needed. Like Street Fighter 6 did such a shitty job with that, and like the fact we only got a John Talbane costume and we didn't get like a Hisenko outfit. We didn't get like a fucking Dimitri outfit or a fucking what's the other vampire's name? The blue one with like the because it's not Dimitri. It's
Rap. And it's not a vampire, but
you know what I'm talking about? The blue guy.
Mm-mm.
I'm zoning out.
I guarantee if I showed you a picture,
So, right side up, honey. This is.
But yeah, why you look up the picture quick?
But yeah, like honestly, I never really was a big fan of Darkseid. I just think their designs are kind of corny.
They're dated is the better term for it.
Fair.
I don't know. This is me. I just love their designs.
I think it's Darkstalkers is like peak Capcom female design. In my humble opinion,
I would say peak Capcom 90s design. I'm sorry, my heart goes right out. I mean, look at my Discord profile picture of Jury. I mean, she's peak 2020 so far. Capcom.
Jeddah, that's his fucking name, Jeddah.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Which Jeddah actually got a comic book within the last 2 years.
I know, because Jeddah's a fucking great villain. He's a much better villain character to write for than fucking Dimitri, because Dimitri is just a weird vampire guy. God, Dimitri's fucking weird. No, because Dimitri's fucking... Literally one of his specials in the game is to turn you into the opposite gender.
Interesting.
It's fucking weird.
Wait, tell you not know that?
No, I never really played Darkstalkers. So yeah, like I play a lot of them because there are so many crossover games. So
I'm gonna later link you to SNK versus Capcom 2, and every single character they gave an original sprite from to transform them.
Yep, they gave Dimitri an original.
Lorraine, huh?
For one of the specials, they gave everyone an original sprite, and they're all super thirst trappy.
Except for the ones that aren't, but those ones are obvious.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they gave one to Terry, they gave one to, I believe Iori was in that game?
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he wasn't in that one.
A lot of King of Fighters characters, basically.
I mean, SNK.
I'm about to say, yeah, that is the most SNK property. But yeah, and like,
Well, okay, so we kind of broke open the Pandora's box, so let's talk about Street Fighter adaptations.
There's so
I will
many.
always say that the fucking, what was it, the 80s movie? Was it 80s or 90s
Early
with Jean-Claude
90s.
Van Damme?
90s.
Yeah, I will always love that movie. Even though it's so bad it's good, I love it. Because the
Oh, I once had it
casting
on Blu-ray.
is oddly perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
it's even weird that movie got a game. So they have a game, they got a movie, they got a game.
It did.
And that
I
game was
forgot about
supposed to be called Street Fighter 3 until Capcom realized that was a bad idea.
that. Also, they kind of like turned Bison into this like they
Bison's a
turned
big ass meme. I know.
Oh,
Raw Chili was so brilliant for Bison. Yeah. Because, for those who don't know, the dude was dying from stomach cancer.
I know, but he did such a great job of being a fucking twisted villain.
I'd say because he was dying, he just didn't give a fuck.
I know you could, dude. Literally, is like sipping on fucking martinis half the time.
Oh God, you're. So I'm not trying to purposely derail, but you know, like in the Super Mario Brothers movie, like the actor for Mario, he was drunk on the set half the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought it was both.
Oh yeah, they were hitting the bottle in between takes and stuff. Yeah. Oh man.
But that movie was oddly well casted.
Yeah.
Like Jean-Claude as Guile, fucking. I know they got a big name. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was a big name like Spanish actor for Vega.
I wouldn't know.
I believe they got a big name Spanish actor. And I don't mean like Spanish actor as in like, oh, he was like a Latin American like actor that was really popular at the time. Like, no, like full on like he was famous in Spain.
But yeah, it wasn't the best for writing. Like say like Ryu and Ken didn't know what the fuck to do with.
Well, that's just how that's how writing was, unfortunately, for video game movies back in the day. Just very campy.
Yeah, Dan is also for the longest time like video games didn't have like way too many characters for a script to know what to do with in 2 hours. So yeah, it's like you're lucky if someone got more than 2 lines. Hell, like I don't even think Cammy spoke. You know, also,
Cammy didn't speak at all.
Yeah, I think they also kind of fucked up and put pants on her.
Oh, yeah. They adjusted her leotard to be more like a one piece.
In the pirate.
And then watch it. We'll come back more.
And nowadays that design for Cammy is fucking the coolest.
Oh yeah,
and the hottest.
Agreed.
Okay, let's swing back around to Street Fighter. I do remember the '90s comics are pretty corny as well. You know, they're up there with the Sonic comics of the day and Archie comics.
Then you also have the anime Street Fighter 2 movie.
Oh, there was an anime of Street Fighter, just period. I forgot about that.
Street Fighter 2 V, I believe it was called.
Well, let me find them on the list, okay?
You've probably seen like the meme of like a clip of the anime of fucking Bison going, yes, that's from the original anime.
Let's see here. But
and then there's also like American cartoons of Street Fighter.
But yeah, I remember the Street Fighter anime. Not the ones the cartoon starring Guile, but which was it was interesting different story take. It was one of the first animes I actually ever seen. Because because there was the whole Sailor Moon and DBZ and the cartoons back in the '90s growing up. But I remember there was this one channel. It was like I don't know if it was sci-fi or something, but one show that just played these 2 same anime like every Saturday morning. It was Van Dread and Street Fighter Victory. So
it's fucking awesome.
I want to say it was sci-fi.
That sounds like a sci-fi. That sounds like sci-fi. It sounds like some sci-fi shit they do back then.
But
I just remember that was the first anime where my parents walked in at the worst time.
Oh,
can you guess what they walked in on?
Chun-Li shower scene?
No, but it was related to the Vega arc.
Oh, the scene where was her name Cammy stripping?
No. It's the scene where fucking Vega and Ken are about to fight, and
Yeah.
Vega slices their wrists open.
Oh,
Oh God.
Because like it was supposed to be a battle of endurance.
Yeah.
So they had to cut their wrists open. And my mom walked in at the worst time. She sees this and she's like, "What are you watching?"
Like, how barbaric.
I'm just watching this stuff, Phil. Mom, don't worry. That's animated.
Which, mind you, I'm so glad she didn't see the fucking scenes before that. Because last episode, it was fucking Vega sneaking into Chun-Li's room and fucking like kissing her in her sleep and being weird.
You know, having that pause there did not help.
It was just like, 14-year-old me doesn't know how to process this. Oh, God.
I need adult.
Exactly.
Alright, so let's take a break from Street Fighter. So what's got a surprising amount of comics was the Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one gotta play Cyberpunk. At least
It's
like
worth
one day,
it.
at least watch the anime that came out.
Edge Runners is worth it. I will. You're gonna cry. There is no ifs, ands, or whats about it. You're gonna
Yeah,
cry.
that's technically adaptation, and yeah, it's one of those misery porn shows.
But it's so good. Yes, it's misery porn, but come on, it's so good.
Yeah, I guess it was the first character died. I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those shows. Like I immediately knew I was in.
So it's like that's the thing with like Cyberpunk is that I will always let them know is Cyberpunk writers are fucking goated because they make the characters so relatable and so real.
Yeah.
When they are the furthest thing from it. Great example, fucking Rebecca is a fucking nutcase, but at the same time, she's, you have that buddy who's that, like, true, like, chaos goblin of the group.
I know, Matt,
that, like, you would take to... Yeah, everyone loves Rebecca. Because she's, like, the OG, like, gremlin best bud. Like, everyone has a gremlin buddy like that.
Oh, and I really like the G Fuel based off Edge Runners.
Oh yeah, those flavors are good. G Fuel itself is kind of, but
oh, it was like that. You know those Hertz like those like rock hard like fruit shaped candies. It kind of tastes like Hertz banana. So.
Oh yeah.
You know, I've never had G Fuel. I feel like a fake gamer now.
No, if you're gonna, I will say just go for gamer subs. It's actually much healthier for you.
I think I'll just do Plan B, just have neither.
It's diabetic friendly compared to G Fuel.
Fair. I imagine G Fuel is half the sugar to keep you up all night.
Yeah, G Fuel is just a caffeine like injection. You don't want that
It
shit.
did help me lose weight, so. But
that is true, but it's
my dad like made me get off the stuff. He's like, your eyes look dilated as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, because it had fucking I forget what the chemical it was,
lead?
but it was basically not just that.
More lead.
It had something that you could theoretically. It had the same chemical composition as cocaine.
Coca-Cola?
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Hey, bad joke.
Yeah, so gamer subs is just if you're gonna use that, it's healthier because it's just meant to be not sponsored, but it's meant to be like I use it. It's a nice little tailwind. It's diabetic friendly. It's very friendly to diets, especially as somebody like me who's on a high protein diet. The fact that I can have like one of those and I won't be screwed is very nice. Like I could use that as like I sometimes use gamer subs as like a post workout. And I'm fine.
You know?
If we're talking about adaptations, you know which one we really need to talk about, Tilly? We have to talk about Scott Pilgrim.
Not a big fan, but go on.
But you get
reins.
it.
Yeah, you take the reins.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim, unfortunately hasn't had a lot of love. Thanks, Ubisoft, for being a fuck. Yeah, Ubisoft came in clutch.
Sort of.
Kind of.
Like, they're like a 95% of the way there and then kind of tripped at the finish line.
No, they got 95% of the way there, and they're like, "It's done," and the devs are like, "Ah, no, it's not."
Oh, well, I meant for the re-release.
Yeah, but the new show, I've heard nothing but good things about.
Yeah, even my feminists love it. But yeah, basically, I just run by like all my anime by my feminist friends, you know, like that. It's like, okay, yep, it's lady friendly, or something like that. Or this or that. But I won't go into that details right now.
Yeah.
But essentially, cause I also at the game though, I remember when I had it on, I still had it on my 360 for the longest time until my 360 just died last year. But I still kept my original copy.
I know.
Yeah.
But it's such a fun little beat 'em up. It's such a classic. But the graphic novels, fine wine. That is like OG. Like if you're a fucking nerd, because I still have all my Scott Pilgrim books. Like I still have all my original prints that I bought at my local book fair.
That's neat.
Oh yeah, no, like that if you couldn't get Scott Pilgrim at your local book fair, oh, it was not the good. You did not have a good book fair.
Huh.
Every book fair had like Scott Pilgrim or some kind of really good graphic novel.
Your selection is so popular.
It's just so good. Even if you don't like the series, like you have to admit, like it is very iconic, and it's Canadian, so you know, W for the Canadians.
I mean, it is interesting because Scott Pilgrim made originally a graphic novel and adapting things from video games into it.
It is the original like adaptationception of fucking things. It's a graphic novel series that adapts pop culture gaming into a pop culture comic that got turned into a video game, that got turned into a movie of a game that's based on comics, that's based on like
I guess
we got layers going.
Which I guess this would be a relevant thing. But like Wreck-It Ralph would be, the next evolution of that in a way.
Oh, Wreck-It Ralph was a cash grab. I will always fucking say that.
I mean, I think the movie itself was good. Its sequel,
That's fine.
It was nice seeing our Street Fighters make a cameo.
You're not the bad guy. You're not the bad guy.
Does not mean you're a bad guy.
Yeah, you're not. Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
Logic.
I believe they did get the modern Zangief voice actor to do that.
Go on.
No, I was going to change the subject. You guys keep going.
No, I was about to say one more fun fact sometimes about video games getting adapted to other things. So Nintendo and Sega are fighting with like the producers and everyone in the film because the scene with Bowser and Eggman, I think we're in the same scene. Coincidentally with the Zangief also being there too, like, make it bigger than that, make it bigger than that, make it bigger than this, make it bigger than that. And they're just like, stop.
Oh, yeah, that shit.
Stop.
Yeah.
We can't have them bigger in the room. Calm down. And they're like, okay, we overstepped boundaries. Okay, we'll let you keep doing your thing. All right, so here's back to the baton.
Okay, let's go to a more survival horror direction. Dead Space.
Which adaptation?
I'd say the franchise may be dead-ish, but it had some good adaptations. I guess we'll start with kind of curious about the comics and the novels. I heard the novels were pretty scary, so at least it's on brand. Then you got the two movies. One good, one pretty bad. Yeah.
Oh shit! Which one was the animated one the bad one?
Well, they're both animated.
Was one 2D animated? Like it had like an anime art style?
Yeah, one was an anime art style. The other one was like it was weird because it was like every like act was a different animation style.
Oh, that one. I didn't see that one because I was told to avoid that like the fucking plague.
As you should. But yeah, basically like the overall arcing storyline is this ugly ass 3D animation. Like this is so dated.
Yeah,
like
I
from
saw
Windows 2000.
clips.
But then basically we interrogate each prisoner, and their tale is in a totally different art style. Throws me off a bit time. Yeah.
That is a lot. That is
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's a lot for an audience, like for a viewer to take in.
Yeah, so
But
it just kind of it just really goes to show you that like they just can't be consistent with that franchise.
well, that's mostly an EA problem.
Yeah, just
That's
remember.
a dev problem mostly, but at the same time, not dev, a producer problem. But at the same time, I get it. Like Dead Space was like the like sci-fi horror like series back in the day. But nowadays, it's like, ugh.
Evil took back its title,
Ah,
and it's it's not hell, and I'm just saying other franchises that were kings. I feel like partially took back the
I'm gonna
credit.
cross my arms and kind of pout because I'm on the fence of I fucking hated the new Resident Evil series.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. I'm just like pointing out like pop.
And my reason for that is because they made Leon such a little pussy.
Now, are we talking specifically the remakes or
like the live action like series?
I only ever saw one the live action.
They made Leon such a pussy, dude.
Which one? Which series?
The new one.
Oh, like this is okay. All right, that's why I was like.
Are you talking about like Welcome to Raccoon City? Or...
I wasn't sure if you're talking about the video games or this. Or I was like, okay,
no, the video games are fine. The video games make Leon like they know Leon's a himbo and a badass,
and a wise ass too.
Now the 3D movies are interesting. But yeah, but essentially they're going to try. We actually talked about this on the news recently, but they're going to attempt the third reboot, live action reboot. Because you had the.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep. They're like, let's give it a go. 4 times the charm.
Please tell me they're not redoing the fucking Alice trilogy, like the original Resident Evil movies.
Alice
with
was a
Alice.
strong, independent woman. Thank you.
I understand that, and I'm not hating on Alice, but I'm a hate on Alice because where the fuck did this bitch come from?
Yeah.
She is a character written specifically for the movies, and that don't make no damn sense.
What's funny is that I don't know if it's Paul Anderson or but someone in charge of the movies. He's like, talk to Capcom Japan, like, hey, how come we ain't putting Alice into the games yet? And Capcom Japan was like, because the movies suck.
Thank you. At least you can say that, Tilly.
Oh man, like I kept like a little counter as what's going for the movies. Like every time, like quote, Alice has to be better. Like if Jill Valentine did something cool, Alice did it twice as cool immediately after.
Oh, that pissed me off. Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that. Oh my god, they were literally having Alice one up everybody. Yeah. Jill, you do not one up best girl. You can one up Rebecca because she's our sweet innocent angel. Yeah. Rebecca's whatever. But like not Jill, not Claire, especially not Ada. Like especially not Claire, because I'm pretty sure she won up Claire in one scene.
Yeah, we could. That's a good breakdown. Like I said, which this podcast went on by, so we're gonna turn it into a talk show. We'll eventually talk about it. Anyways, so you had the Alice saga, we can call it that, and then we had Welcome to Raccoon City, which did have Pussy Leon, who, if you paid attention, he only fired his gun one fucking time in that movie.
Yes, which is ridiculous. I hate how much of a fucking tool they made Leon. Because that's not how Leon acted as a rookie. Well, technically this is before Raccoon. It's literally called Welcome to Raccoon City. What the fuck you mean? This isn't like, granted, I'll give you, this isn't fucking Secret Service Leon. That's fucking roundhouse kicking, like, liquors across a fucking building. Or, like, fucking doing, like...
Oh, have you seen the CGI series?
Oh, Leon's
John Wick at that point.
Well, Leon is just the John. Like first,
Yeah.
like I mean, he got it kind of works because it technically, but after 2, he gets Secret Service training, which
Yeah,
is fair.
he's kind of
And also,
badass.
Krauser's fucking crazy.
Well, yeah, he's kind of badass in the first 2 CGI films, but then the John Wick movies that came out, and suddenly he's like superhuman. You know, in the 3 and 4.
Yeah, mostly because like Krauser trained him to be that way, and Krauser is fucking crazy.
But back to the live action, though, then it was 3 with the Netflix show, which had had like Black Wesker, and
That was a weird decision, but not one I'm opposed to. Just saying it was a weird decision, but who cares about the race of an actor?
yeah, because he was like just like even the actors like people still need to get what we're going for. I'm like, yes. I don't know.
He wasn't even. Was Wesker snarky at all?
No. No, totally different.
Yeah,
character.
okay, that's
Also,
why I'm blocking it out of my head. Because like how could you have a boring Wesker?
He wasn't boring. He just wasn't Wesker. I was thinking of about the we'll call RA Netflix. Is that it still fits as a Resident Evil title because most of the games do some obscene shit. I can believe there's a 50-foot tall remote controlled zombie alligator. I can totally believe that if you played the other games.
In the sewers, yeah.
So
that is an actual levels boss in the
Yeah.
original 2.
It's just like this should have just changed the name of the characters, really. Like this should have been a Resident Evil story.
If they were completely different characters, I would not have had a problem with the series at all. I would have thought it was good. But the fact that you made these characters Leon and Wesker and Jill and Rebecca, the only character that was like pretty solid was like Claire and I believe Rebecca was in it. Yeah, because they had all the Stars members. Did Barry ever fucking talk in that one? I don't remember.
Let's see here. You mean the Alice movies? Yeah.
No, in the RE Netflix.
Barry wasn't in the Netflix.
What the fuck?
No, Barry.
He's like if you're gonna have the Stars team, where the fuck you have to have Barry.
Yeah. What sucks too is that they did Barry pretty accurate in the Alice saga, but he never got a sandwich. But
he never did.
You could manage a sandwich.
Similar note too with Capcom, like with that Devil May Cry reboot attempt. That could have fucking fit too, but this should have been a different character instead of calling him Dante. Because Dante can't be the only guy fighting these demons. Like that really could have fit like in a Devil May Cry universe. But
wait, are you talking about DMC Dante?
Yeah.
Oh, like emo boy.
Yeah,
Dante.
if you would change his name, that I think it could have fit into the series somewhere. But anyway, let's break out the.
I mean, it was a different time. They wanted to do like a little bit of like an experiment, and I respect that. Speaking of DMC though, I am so hyped for the anime.
Okay. Well, for their anime, they did do like a short-lived comic book series and manga, which originally we kind of written them off like, okay, it's just a manga-ized version of like Devil May Cry games. But nope, they're actually their own original stories, and so if you want more Dante lore, this shit's pretty important read.
Yeah, when he had to fucking be a babysitter to some rich blonde girl named Penny.
Well, that's the original anime.
Which is still really good.
Yeah, still, because I remember watching that. Yeah, it's like probably like the first anime I ever pirated.
That
or watched legally streaming sites. Back in 2008.
That I watched it legally. Are you fucking kidding me? I was a hyped fucking 17-year-old dude. That was I was in my edge arc.
I know back in the day, they would tease you like packing like the first half of the show with like the Devil May Cry 4 special edition.
Yeah, I had the Comcast on demand shit. I had that shit. But all I remember is I still have the intro song to that original anime save because that's a banger.
Yeah. Oh man, it kind of it did good, which it did bad. Like it definitely explored Dante and his like his depression and stuff like that. and you know, I later found out why he's so broke, which is pretty eye opening.
It's just because he don't give a fuck.
No,
That's the whole appeal. He don't give. There's more to it, but the bottom line is he doesn't give a fuck.
He kind of actually gives too much of a fuck. Like a lot of his jobs, he'll actually just donates his money to like the he actually takes the destruction of the city into account. He'll donate his money to restoration efforts or to the victims of demon attacks.
Yep.
Or he'll just take jobs for free, and that's why his
mostly
don't
take
flush
jobs
anymore.
for free.
So that combined with his depression, so that's so it's hard for him to keep the lights on. The only problem with the original anime was that they didn't have a really big budget, which is why we never saw Double.
They didn't. You could definitely tell, but they did do it. It was still really good.
Yeah.
The fights were still really clean. There was still lots of big movements and like effects.
Huh.
Now on a second watch, go on.
Of an anime being based off visual sound novel, it still counts within this range. With a low budget anime but worked to its advantage, Higurashi. Yeah, because if you watch the first season of Higurashi, Studio Dean, if anyone knows what Studio Dean is, Studio Dean's not known for being the most high quality anime company. But this is the one time their lower quality made a horror based anime higher quality. If that's a weird oxymoron.
So back to Devil May Cry. But honestly, if you upon a second watch, you definitely see more flaws. Like the fight scenes, I noticed they're pretty good, but then they kind of like cut right to the end. Like it's the fights are really in.
Very abrupt.
Yeah, abrupt. They
did. That was kind of so. What they did, the reason they were doing that is a lot of the older games, they were trying to do because whenever you finish a big section in Devil May Cry, when you finish a big fighting area, it would do a snap cut. And that's what they were trying to capture, is that snap. Which doesn't translate well into animation.
Let's see here. And now, with the new Devil May Cry, it's going to be interesting seeing Nero's voice actor played as Dante.
They're getting Johnny Young Bosch to do Dante?
Yeah, apparently they wanted to part ways with the original actor. Just because the original actor is kind of like a UFO conspiracy nut.
What?
Yeah. Look up his Twitter and stuff, that guy's the aliens are real and stuff like that. And so
boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here, interesting one for you guys too.
Ruben Langdon.
The new Devil May Cry anime studio is going to be Korean animated, not Japanese.
Okay.
Ruben Langdon, the fucking voice of Dante that's been the voice of Dante since the very beginning. Our Alaskan teddy bear. He's a fucking UFO conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, when he's not in the recording
our
booth,
international
he's in the cornfield,
turned voice actor.
Yeah. Stuntman turns voice actor turned conspiracy nut. Yep.
What the fuck?
So just imagine him when he's not in the recording booth, he's just standing.
He's going through his Dante arc. I don't care what anyone says, dude. He's going through his Dante arc.
Yeah, just imagine him in a red trench coat, a white wig, sitting in a fucking cornfield with a camera, at midnight. Yeah.
No, because if you look up a picture of Ruben Langdon, he's done cosplays of Dante.
Yeah.
Of just what he would look like as Dante. He literally looks like Dante.
Yeah.
How David Hayter looks like Solid Snake.
Yes! It's so weird!
Oh, man. Let's see here. Looks like Dino Crisis had an anime, or a comic book. I'd like to see that.
I forgot about that.
Man, Capcom. I know it's not related, but give us new Dino Crisis. It's due.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, what do you mean Capcom? Microsoft, where the fuck is my new fucking, oh shoot, oh god, I put my foot in my mouth. What's the name of it? It starts with a P. Fucking Perfect Dark Zero. Oh, or Perfect Dark. Oh.
Yeah, where is it?
It's coming out.
You were able to remake GoldenEye. Can we get a Perfect Dark remake, please?
I'm sorry.
I mean, they're working on a new game. It's just they're taking forever.
Yeah, so they're making a new one already.
Hell yeah!
That was announced like 5 years ago.
I know.
Or longer.
It was just last year they showed a trailer.
Oh, hell yeah. I loved Perfect Dark growing up. I actually played Perfect Dark before GoldenEye. That's how fucked up my childhood was, but I still played it. I played both.
You poor bitch.
I played a lot of weird games though.
Yeah.
The weirdest being Dr. Muto. Oh my fucking god.
Right. Now, one company that does like doing expanded content. Like the EA. Like there's a lot of Dragon Age comics and novels.
Oh god.
Yeah. And let's see here.
No, it's like that's weird. That got an adaptation. Gex.
I need to see the Gex stuff.
I literally read the Gex novelization on my own stream, the entire book. I mean, no, I didn't because it said in the front, "Do not record it." But
I was gonna do that for like an audiobook. Damn it!
However, I will tell you, it's definitely written for children. I get.
Well, it's Gex. The fucking Roger Rabbit of game, not Roger Rabbit, the Bugs Bunny of gaming. Or no, not Bugs Bunny. The Gex, the fucking
Gex is the Gex of gaming. Take that as you will.
Now, if you want to
Gex is like Deadpool at home.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that. Mixed with Persona 4 because that's TV somehow. But mine's the mystery murder part.
Gex is just fucking weird. Isn't the main villain like a fucking robotic Zed-looking motherfucker?
I can see
That according to the book, and I have no clue if this is canon, is his father.
What the fuck? He's supposed to be a bug!
Yeah, it says in the book, it's his father.
What the fuck?
I don't know if that's canon or not, but
that Lord Zed-looking motherfucker.
And apparently his dad canonically worked for NASA, and then this space shuttle blew up.
Or so similarly, they would involve NASA. What the fuck, Gex?
Seriously, I can't make this up. I literally have the next Gex novelization in my hands.
What the fuck?
Not real. Now if you want some deep writing, shockingly, probably like the best like video game novels I've read is the Gears of War. Yeah,
those are surprisingly good.
Yeah, there's a comic book series as well, which I do feel in like more context. Like what's this strain of Locust? But yeah, the novels, very deep writing. It's kind of almost a shock going back to the games because like wow, it's not as strong as the books.
Which I'm so excited for them to be coming to Sony. Woo!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Halo has a lot of written content. They try really.
Oh, it does. Holy shit, it does.
It's weird to me that Halo used to be like the top series. Nowadays, it just feels way smaller of a franchise.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like I don't know. I just remember it was like I want to have Master Chief armor or Spartan armor, whatever you want to call it, which. Yeah, I guess this counts as adaptation. The models turned into toys. The toys were cool.
Oh yeah.
Like I still kind of want the Halo toys, but I don't want to spend the money. Let's be honest, we could talk for a while on just the toys if we really wanted to. Because if you think about it,
got me. When it comes to like merch, I usually go for like either like books or maybe soundtracks.
Well, I was also gonna saying this is an audio thing. Hey guys, look at all this Final Fantasy stuff I have. Isn't it amazing looking? Like this Tifa.
Oh my god,
that one.
Can we just forget Spirited Away ever existed?
Unfortunately, what's that game? Life is Strange did reference it, so
boo!
Forget.
Let's see. But so yeah, Spirits of Ben. I remember seeing that in the theater.
Oh, I'm sure as a Final Fantasy nerd, you fucking hated it.
I mean, I got it on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray. So
You're
anyway,
gonna tell us you have a tattoo of it too.
not sure if there's anything worth tattooing from it, but I probably do for a rewatch. But it really doesn't have anything to do with Final Fantasy.
No, it does not.
That's what sank Squaresoft.
Yeah, and it's really weird to think that movie bombed so hard it put Square like in the brink of like being dead.
Yeah, it's insane. You know, it's like that was after Final Fantasy VII too. And they still fucked the company up. But I remember a few years ago we had a good like Final Fantasy marathon, like watching Spirits Within, Advent Children, and the Final Fantasy 15 movie.
See, Advent Children was amazing, and Kingsglaive was really good too. I had high doubts for Kingsglaive, but holy shit, did Kingsglaive blow me away! I was so happy. Did you see the? Did you ever see the spin-off, like the mini series about each of the main cast of episode Ignis, episode Noctis, and all that?
No, I haven't seen the Brotherhood anime.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that was a fifth one such a posted anime based off the video games, but we already got so much time.
Yeah.
But
Ignis is best boy, just saying.
Now, I guess Spirits Within on a technical level, it was actually the very first CGI movie that did like a human cast. So I think you might have had like a Shrek or something, but it was actually full human cast. And it still looks pretty decent for the time.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, visually, Spirits Within is good, but the movie itself just sucked. Like, everything visually was beautiful.
Yeah, the writing is just ass.
The writing is atrocious.
Yeah.
It was so boring.
Like I feel like I could probably like rewrite it better.
Any of us could. Drunk.
And then Advent Children. That was probably like most hyped thing I ever for.
Yeah, that was like it was fan servicey, but it was good.
Like I remember when it was coming out, like for like, I don't know, a year or two in development, like because I didn't have a computer at the time, but every time I go to the library, I would just like freaking like download the trailers and stuff, you know, and it's like Marvel.
And you would just like hype yourself up.
Yeah, because we
didn't really have... Tifa's gonna look so cool.
We didn't really have much like Final Fantasy VII content beyond the original game at the point too.
Yeah, we had like Dirge of Cerberus on the PSP. And
I don't think that was out yet.
It wasn't quite out yet. It was pretty close to each other.
Crisis Core had to be out. There was no way.
No, not yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Your only Final Fantasy VII was that or toys?
Yeah, it's like I remember seeing the screenshots of like Crisis Core, and we all thought it was like a Final Fantasy VII sequel and stuff like that. And then it was the Cloud9 project. But and then when I finally, because I remember I had just lost my job, and I was actually going to spend my final paycheck, let's get a gym membership, you know, give it some shape, you know. But as soon as I was close to the door, I got a ring on my phone, and like your Final Fantasy VII Children pre-orders here. So I took that money, turned right around, and just dropped the cash on that. Like, man, I pre-ordered it so in advance
picturing fucking, I'm just picturing like alt girl Tilly just driving out of her like last shitty day of work and just be like, nothing can make like you've got like the fucking like goth girl like beanie, you got like a single black streak in your hair, you've got like the fucking like spider like fucking black and white turtleneck or whatever. All of a sudden you just look at your phone and just see Advent Children's ready for pickup. You just make your car do the biggest burnout and all the way to the fucking nearest block.
You know,
nearest blockbuster.
I literally watched that movie every day for a month.
I mean, it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
It's a fun movie.
Oh yeah.
Anytime I got my nerdy friends around, or we're gonna do our Pokemon like charity event, we always like watch Advent Children once. Just the six of us, and it's just like, all right, click it on.
Yeah, I think like Kingsglaive, which like was so fucking real looking. It's like, you know, like
it wasn't just real looking, like just the effects and just the visuals were stunning.
Yeah, it looked like a live action movie. You know,
I know.
It's like, damn. I wonder how much that fucking cost Square.
Square.
And also, speaking of adaptations, devs were 15, like, they were so scatterbrained with the 15 lore, like, you literally had to play several different things to keep up with the plot. Yeah, and
Yeah, and literally everyone I hear just complains like, "Wow, this extended lore is amazing. I wish the game was better."
yeah.
Oh, for
Now,
15.
granted, that's what some people have told me. I've yet to play 15, but
Oh,
Do you like Xenoblade Chronicles?
yes, actually.
Do you like driving around in a car?
IRL, yes, and the video game, it could be hit or miss.
That is pretty much all Final Fantasy 15 is. It is Xenoblade Chronicles in a car.
yeah.
I'm okay with that.
It's
I mean,
very, very like open-ended. The game is designed for people to get into the Final Fantasy series, so it's meant to be more of an action game than an RPG.
all I just know is that game had like a lot of development issues because the
It
ending
did.
really wasn't.
It is very heavy with content, but if you were just doing story, it's like a 2.5 hour game.
Yeah, and like they had so much content planned, they actually had to cancel like several DLCs.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you actually catch up on those because they actually just took all the stories and the DLCs and made a novel.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy 15: Dawn of the Future. Oh. Let's see here.
Or
Last of Us was a pretty good show.
I heard it was pretty
I'm
decent.
surprised how good it was.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, hear me out. I'm not too surprised it's a good adaptation because, as someone who's beaten The Last of Us, it seemed like a pretty not that hard to adapt thing because it didn't feel too far removed from a really well directed show.
Yeah, like
yeah, that's true.
It also could be
That is
better in
true.
show form than video game form. But and there are some things that possibly we probably did better in the game. Like a lot of people say like Bill is handled better in the game. Yeah, but
I mean, I guess that's the one thing I do like is that you can still have that discussion.
yeah. I know.
Versus like say some adaptations. I'm just gonna pull a game series out of my hat that may or may not have one. Tony, no, I was gonna say Tony Hawk, but he's a real person. Never mind.
I was about to say, what do you mean?
A surprise! Tony Hawk is actually fake. Yeah,
Tony Hawk is literally
he's
going
based
to
off the
Pittsburgh
games.
for a fucking video game convention.
But I was gonna say, some adaptations are much easier than some others, just because small cast, like we all said, easier.
Mm-hmm.
Bigger cast, lucky if you're gonna get a line here, buddy.
I believe they are making a Final Fantasy IX either movie or I know they're making a remake of the game, which is gonna look fucking amazing because they're gonna try to keep it to the original art style, just with modern technology, which that's gonna be amazing. But if they were to make a Final Fantasy IX show, I would watch it because it's whimsical and fantasy enough that you can get away with it. And if you somehow fuck this up, I'm gonna be disappointed.
This is one thing I will be giving Square a lot. I might give them some flack as a video game company because they do stupid things.
Yes.
Oh, I do.
Quality control in more recent years, their properties being adapted into other mediums. I've heard that Nier anime is really good.
It is.
But I'm pretty sure Yoko Taro would have killed someone if it wasn't good.
They wanted to make a Drakengard 3 anime.
Oh, for anime, okay.
Was it? Because people are fucking thirsty for those 6. And I mean, Zero is always my beloved. I love Zero. 0 and 5 are best girls. Fight me.
Well,
I also just want to say, with The Last of Us Season 2, I'm not sure if I want to watch because I heard they're not going to make Abby buff. Yeah, like that's half her appeal.
That's gonna be weird.
0 out of 10. Even though I never played Last of Us 2.
I've already shared my opinions on this show about fucking Last of Us 2.
Okay.
Or at least my opinion.
I guess on to Mass Effect. Pretty good series. Now the books aren't that great.
Yeah, books are very weak. Somebody who has them, they're not that great.
Yeah, and same. And there's also apparently a lot of comic tie-ins as well that just fill a little bits of the lore. So for world building, especially in that original trilogy, check out the comic books.
Yeah.
They're pretty short too.
Yeah, very short. They're okay. Like I think Mass Effect, like I think they did good enough. This is also BioWare, so like this was their first time doing something like that, and they did an okay job.
Oh, comic series. I kind of wouldn't mind giving it a shot. The Mega Man's.
The Mega Man series is good.
So coincidentally, I'm not even kidding. Yesterday, I won an auction of getting the first couple issues of the Archie comic.
Nice.
Because I actually heard the Archie run is really, really solid.
Yeah, the Archie, all the Mega Man comics are really good. The Archie runs, the X runs.
Well, it really does help. And once again, circling back to the earlier conversation, Ian Flynn's at the helm. Ian Flynn does his best to respect source material.
Exactly.
Although, this is relevant, but in Sonic Forces, they reference the comic of a character that's never been appeared in the game. So it's like, all right, now the comic's canon. How does this work, guys? IDW. Because they refer to Tangle. Which,
right, they had to figure out what to do about Tangle.
Yeah, because they reference Tangle, a character. Well, okay, so there's a double adaptation. So Tangle technically makes an appearance in the Sonic game. She first appeared in the comic. Adaptation of the game, and the game made an appearance in a Runner's game. That character Tangle, who then gets referenced in Sonic Frontier. It makes me go like, so wait, what? So you're referencing a reference of a reference? Okay. Fun how that stuff works, right? But I guess that's the fun thing sometimes, the adaptation. Sometimes they reintroduce a character in an adaptation back to its main source material.
Yeah.
I know some anime's done that, where like the filler character became part of the manga.
Okay, but our Mega Mans are good. The cartoons were a little cringe.
The Sonic ones?
The only cartoon I remember being pretty okay was the Battle Network stuff.
Yeah, the anime was good, and by that extension, sorry, it sounds like I'm Sonic crazed. Sonic Sat 10 was also another good one.
Yeah. Don't bother with the adventures. That's like way too cringe.
I mean, it's kind of funny. It's one of those, I know exactly what I'm getting into. I watch it, so I could still kind of enjoy it. Largely from the nostalgia factor. And hey, when I put it on, it keeps my niece quiet. Although,
I heard that the obscure as fuck Sonic Underground.
Sonic Underground.
My little nephew recently just got that and just saw that, and he loved it. I'm like, oh god.
Just put on Bluey. Put on Bluey.
I wanted to. That theme song made me want to immediately shut it off.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, like Royal White's like all the characters too. That even in the female Sonic. I'm just like, no.
And Sonic X, I should probably give her a chance. There's a lot of episodes.
I remember being okay.
I couldn't.
It was mostly just a 4Kids problem.
Yeah, I couldn't get more to a few episodes in because basically that I thought that that professor character, the good guy professor, wanted to great Tails.
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
You don't? Oh.
I might have blocked that out.
I can't blame you.
Like that.
Yeah, because he's always giving Tails these looks and these big smiles, and there's a scene where he's like, Tails, I got something to show you, and they get into this elevator alone together, and he's giving Tails this fucking beaming smile, and I'm getting creeped out here, and then the elevator doors, because they're going deep underground, and the doors open, it's a dark ass basement, oh dear God, he's gonna lock up Tails, and no one's ever gonna see him again, and he's gonna do whatever he wants to him, and I was like, nope. I literally turned it off because I thought Grapey there was a pedo.
Oh God.
You know what surprisingly has some good comics? Key Fortress 2.
That did have some good comics. But that's just because the people at Valve are fucking goated.
Right.
I do agree that for the most part.
Oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid had some comics.
They did. They had some good ones.
Mirror's
It was
Edge,
mostly like prequel stuff.
Yeah. Add to lore. Oh, Mirror's Edge had some comics. That was an okay game.
Yeah, I replayed Mirror's Edge like 3 years ago.
I haven't touched Mirror's Edge in so long. Holy
I just quickly replayed it because I was like, it's been so long. I've beaten it twice in the past. Let's make it twice. I was like, you know what? This game is exactly how I remember it. Where the hell do I go sometimes?
The fuck am I?
You know what series got a lot of like adaptations?
World of Warcraft?
No. Well, yes, but I was gonna go with Mortal Kombat.
Wait, what?
Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, it did have some good adaptations.
Apparently had a lot of comic books.
It did. Yes, it had a fuck ton of comics.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember the shows a lot. Like, they had a couple corny ass cartoons.
It's combat time.
Yeah.
Oh,
they had that Conquest show, which got the lore all fucking wrong.
The Scorpion movies were pretty good.
I haven't seen those. I did see the Legacy, which they can tell they meant well,
Like I said, definitely the 90s movies are a fucking treat.
Yeah. Movies are very hit and miss. But yeah. Hopefully we get a new adaptation at some point. Cause I like where the games are going now.
Because I don't think I can shoehorn this in anywhere. Let's want to switch movies. I saw the Animal Crossing anime actually last year.
Oh, the Animal Crossing anime is so cute. I love it.
Oh, agreed. Everyone, I did a small watch party of it. And everyone's like, "This is nice, cool, and relaxing. Not long.
It's just slice of life. That's it. It is the most slice of life.
Like
thing.
The only complaint I had with it. Oh yeah, it is basic. My only complaint with it is, I wish the movie was made later so I could see Animal Crossing characters I like even more than the ones they showed.
Yeah, because I know they have an episode on where it's just about Brewster, which, of course, you got to have one about everyone's favorite coffee boy. Because Brewster was one of my favorites. So the fact we got an episode about Brewster made me happy.
Did they treat Tom look like a crooked mob boss, like a lot of people say?
No, actually, they treat him as like they kind of just treat him as like what he is nowadays. It's just like not as like a mob boss, but like he's just a dad.
Yeah, you pay off when you can. Okay.
Yeah, it's like he's a humble. Is he a dad or an uncle? I don't remember.
I forgot what Tommy and what's his face is to him.
Tommy, Timmy, and Junior, not Junior. Fucking, I forgot what the third one's name is.
Oh, sorry. All of a sudden, my feed popped up on something like, "Oh, new Digimon game announced."
Sure.
A new Digimon story game.
Oh
god damn it!
Shows. Okay.
But sorry about that.
Oh, goody. In the hoodie. Oh yeah, Perfect Dark had a limited comic book series.
A little one. It was okay.
And Resident Evil had some comics as well. Not sure if they're any good.
I remember them being okay.
Yeah. Silent Hill had some terrible comics. And then the movies are pretty mediocre. The first film was passable. Yeah. But, yeah, that's... Okay, and then as long as the Sonic comics...
Hey, quickly answer your question. Tom, this is from a wiki, so take it with a grain of salt. Tomek explains to the player that Timmy and Tommy are not related to him by blood, and thinks of them as his pupils, and himself as a mentor. So, no relation.
Okay.
There we go.
That's a comic list. All right, let's look at films. Let's see here. Oh, Double Dragon. Oh man, that was cheap.
Oh, anytime I think about Double Dragon, I get sad.
Okay,
Yeah,
That movie was bad. It wasn't
hey,
even like so bad it's good. It was just bad.
well, how do you feel about the Tomb Raider series?
I this is gonna come as a shocker. Shocker. Considering it's you have a good idea of like the kind of person I am. I actually don't like the Tomb Raider series. I
as a
think
whole, or
Laura's never been for me. Tomb Raider's just never been a game series for me. I know everyone's like you should give the newer games a try because they're a little bit more actiony, and I'm like,
they're basically Uncharted.
Yeah, and she's not look like a Barbie doll anymore.
I'd be like, it's just not a series for me. I don't get it. Well, I get the hype behind it, but it's just not for me.
I mean, it took me a while before I got into like the whole treasure hunting genre. Yeah, so
Which is weird because I like which again, if the newer games play like Uncharted, and I like Uncharted, so you would think I would enjoy those, but no, it's just,
Don't click.
it just never clicked with me. Not even as a kid, it didn't really click with me.
But yeah, both versions of Laura got a decent amount of comic books.
Oh yes, they did.
Yeah.
I can imagine that.
And the movies were pretty decent. So Angelina Jolie when she was going for like her rebellious phase, and they weren't gonna make like a shitload of them, but kind of like a James Bond style. But Jolie was like, I feel like we kind of already did everything with the character. It's getting repetitive. Yeah, because he could probably make a movie on like every like relic he could think of.
Exactly.
But yeah. Then there's a reboot movie I haven't seen yet. I watched the Netflix show and I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, I saw it 7 out of 10. Let's see. Okay. But then there was Uncharted. Got a couple comics, got a novel, and got a movie. What do you think of the
Uncharted movie? Was fun. Movie's a fun movie.
But yeah, a little miscast, but pretty good.
Yeah, a little weird miscast, but it was a fun watch.
Uh,
Okay. Let's see. Remember the terrible House of the Dead movie?
Oh my fucking god!
I guess I should be grateful and say no.
Yeah,
I mean, I know I've never watched it.
Do you like freeze frames into 360 cameras?
Oh, they're the best.
Oh, that movie did it so much for no reason. And then they would just have shots of the old game playing in like in between like shootout scenes for some fucking reason.
You're not wrong.
It was fucking
weird.
Horrible.
That sounds horrible.
And it wasn't even a good zombie movie either. Like, how could you fuck this up?
Oh man.
It is the easiest to. Like how the
pretty
fuck
sure we just talk about Uwe Boll for next couple hours, no problem.
Yeah, I never watched, but I watched the Alone in the Dark. So I never really could get into the Alone in the Dark series except for like the last game. But a series he put his stamp on, which a series that's kind of near me, but the Blood Ring. Now, yeah, he did a freaking trilogy of Blood Ring movies. Oh man. Like first one was okay because they actually gave him a budget. But yeah,
I mean, it's hard to fuck up a movie about a girl who's killing Nazi vampires. I mean, German soldier vampires. I forgot that's not a fun word.
A slutty girl killing Nazi vampires. They were Nazis. Or Nazis, as South Park pronounces it.
Nazis. I use the Inglorious Bastard pronunciation. Killing Nazis.
But here. Well, there's a blurring comic.
That sound like a damn good deal, Tilly.
Sure. I'll not
damn good deal.
Okay, you know what? It's good nowadays. Was kind of mediocre back then. The Doom movie.
With The Rock?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Forgot about that.
I remember because we had an OG Xbox, and if you put the Doom DVD into your Xbox, well, you actually get to play a demo of Doom 3.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
And
Fucking hilarious. I forgot about that.
it was one of the rare times Rock ever played a bad guy.
He
Yeah.
could do villain. I mean, he's always had a little bit of a heel. He could always play heel or face, but you
Yeah.
know.
But we know the recent
Fun to
controversy
play the heel.
about him in the movies, right? You've heard the recent controversy, right?
I haven't. Oh no.
So people have started to turn on him ever since I think Black Adam. Apparently discovered that Rocket his contract. He's only allowed to play good guy characters, and he's also not allowed to lose a fight.
That's a little weird. That's a little weird.
That's a little egocentric.
That I feel like that's a manager. That's something his manager would do. That's not something he would agree to. Because he seems way too humble.
Well, he's kind of in charge of his own shit, you know. He's like.
I mean, like it's
like when a CEO.
He's got an image, which I think it's a little silly. I think it's being blown out of proportion because it's fucking The Rock.
Yeah, it's because when you look at his track record recently, because I remember he did a movie called Faster where he was kind of a killer, and man, that's. But now we think about it, he keeps coming by off as like this tough ass badass like Superman, you know, and like never loses a fight or gets his ass handed to him. Yeah, like you know, like nothing wrong with that. But
yeah, I'm about to say it's fun to play the heel.
But apparently they also made a couple Doom sequels that are even worse.
I've heard that.
Okay. Oh, remember the Dead or Alive movie?
I want to forget that movie even fucking exists.
But it had Kevin Nash.
I saw it. I know it had Kevin Nash. That doesn't stop the fact that they tried to make it a fucking bikini movie.
I mean, it's in lines of Dead or Alive at least.
That's extreme. I will fucking fight you on that.
I'm just making fun of what modern Dead or Alive has kind of become.
Not only that, I think Dead or Alive women are fucking. They aren't that hot. I'm sorry. I had to say it.
Oh, feminist been triggered.
Okay. Before you fucking send your buddies after me, Tilly, and before the slugs lose their goddamn mind, hear me out. It's just I think they're they're too Barbie-like.
Fair.
Kasumi especially. She is like the Japanese Barbie. What the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't really scream ninja, I guess.
It screams, I'm a Barbie girl living in a Japanese world. Like, what the fuck?
Well, this was also that misogynistic time where, like, they'll make a movie about start a woman, but she'll be, like super hot, but super tough. You know?
Yeah.
There's toxic stereotypes. Speaking of a toxic female-led movie, Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li.
Oh god, that shitty movie.
Yeah, it's so
that
fucking
movie makes me mad. I'm about to say it's so bad it makes me mad. Oh, I hated that movie because Chun-Li has a cool character. She has a cool backstory, but God, how'd you fuck that up?
Yeah, it's like every character like that's Ken, that's Balrog, it's like they bastardize the characters and fucking. And that one scene where Bison just rips a baby out of a woman's stomach, like what the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah, I remember that.
Evil, he's not that cruel.
Yeah.
Bison's just psychotic. He's not a fucking monster. Well, he kind of is a monster.
Oh yeah, he's all about that psycho energy. So I guess okay, on brand. Which, then we had which I thought was a decent movie. The Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
That movie was surprisingly good.
Wait, was that Uwe?
What?
Was that one Uwe that did that one?
No, it was actually decent.
Honestly,
I actually thought the main character was played by CM Punk, but no.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah, because he had the long hair at the time. Oh,
I thought it was CM Punk, and then as I got older, I'm like, is that Roman Reigns? And then I'm like, no, Roman Reigns didn't pop up until then. But no, isn't it supposed to be like Jason Momoa in like his younger years or something?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, it's Jake Gyllenhaal. Okay.
Yeah. Then we have 2 Hitman movies. One good, like very underrated, and one like very bad. But yeah, like the OG one was surprisingly good. But the second one they try to make Hitman into some kind of like mutant.
Oh, the
superhero.
Hitman movie was awful.
Yeah, the second one, yeah.
It was basically a pseudo Terminator movie.
Tilly, I know what Uwe did a Far Cry movie. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, yes, he did. And were people mad how bad it did.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least I wasn't completely off base. I know he did at least some things with Ubisoft.
Yeah. Like so I didn't really know Far Cry.
He actually has a history of making bad video game movies.
Oh, very, yes. That's a whole episode. Yeah, that's a whole topic right there.
I was about to say, yeah, but also, how will we be wrapping up soon? Because we've been going for about almost 2 hours.
I guess we can go to 2-hour points. We still got 20 minutes.
It's just I have to dip.
Can't do 20 minutes.
I can do another.
It's the last episode. It's just to say you don't gotta do this ever again. So
I'll go.
Let's round table it. I guess. What's another adaptation that we would like to mention or talk about that you love or hate?
Ooh. I mean, we've covered all my favorites. There's the Brain. There's the Street Fighter movies, the old ones. There's the old Mortal Kombat movies, even the new Mortal Kombat movies, which are good. We covered Scott Pilgrim. You know what's apparently about to get their own Netflix, not Netflix series, but there's talk of it. There's going to be an Oddworld series.
Oh, yeah.
I can see that working.
I am hoping... Now, okay, I have 2 thoughts about this. If it's Abe's Odyssey, it's going to do fucking amazing. Abe's... Because there's already the Soul... What is it called? Soul Hunter? Not Soul Hunter. Soul Storm... Whatever it is, where he's on a train.
Okay.
I forget what it's called. It's like Soul something.
Who cares? It's just...
Yeah, it'll be great. But if it's Stranger's Wrath, there's gonna be eyes on that. I don't know if you've ever played Stranger's Wrath, Tilly.
No, I never really got. I was around. Like I think I played like the first level Abe or something. I couldn't get into his character designs. You're
not a fan of the Oddworld, like just fugly characters.
Yeah. It just wasn't for me.
It is a. I mean, this is Tilly. This is TavernTilly. Like, if it's not a hot anime, babe. I'm kidding. I love you, Tilly, but that doesn't surprise me that you don't click with Oddworld, which is filled with nothing but fugly bastards.
I'll take some. So I like Sonic the Hedgehog, Jack and Daxter. I like a lot of
Stranger has a cool design. Like the main dude in Stranger's Wrath, Stranger, which great name for a protagonist.
Sounds Stranger.
What motherfucker, stranger? Also, like, I could see Tilly just getting a fucking aneurysm from the character voices. That, like, really gravelly and kind of squeaky, high-pitched voices.
How you doing?
I can already feel you being like, I want to smack you.
Come here.
I guess, but yeah.
Like a rapid fire, I guess. Now modern days, it's pretty hit and miss, but yeah, at least we're getting a lot of adaptations. Like it's not kind of stuck. I remember when video game movies were just doing very poorly, like 4 times out of 5. Yeah, it looked like we're just gonna not get video game adaptations, period, anymore. But now it's like they're gonna keep making these things regardless.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do.
Halo is still sticking with its non-faithful adaptation, and it's been
gross. Patooey.
Sonic movies are fucking great, although the Knuckles show missed the mark.
Show was fine. Really? People didn't like
The
it?
Knuckles show, because it was.
I thought
It
they were
just,
okay with it.
It was just. Honestly, the easy fist, they should have just called it Wade and Knuckles. Because it was like 60% Wade. And let's see here, the Fallout show is barely doing good things.
I'm so excited for them to introduce Death Claws. I'm so excited.
That should have been in season 1, but
It should have been, but I think they want to make it more like. So how I think they are going to handle Death Claws, and how I think they should handle Death Claws in the show. Go back, watch the original Aliens, and then come back and then come into that writing booth with that mindset. Because a Death Claw is meant to be like this apex killer. It should be this big threat that's like, if it wanders into a colony or a town, that town shuts the fuck up and hides, because you have this like again, like that like menacing, like the menace and dread you got when you were thinking of like the xenomorph just lurking around. That's the type of energy I want them to bring with the Death Claw, because it's this massive monster of a creature just lurking around that could literally, again, remember, these are the type of fucking things a Death Claw can rip a fully armored paladin in power armor in half.
Ouch.
oh yeah. Let's see.
These are not like babies. These aren't little ones. These are just the normal Death Claws.
Let's see. Last of Us took the world by storm, and I feel like season 2 can go literally either way.
Yeah, season
then
2 is
you
gonna go great.
Let's see here. Then you got the Twisted Metal, which was surprise hits, despite not having any car battles.
It had a few in the end. Like there was some sprinkled about, but they really wanted you to like care about like the classics.
Yeah.
They wanted you to care about your Preacher. They wanted you to care about John Doe. They wanted you to care about Sweet Tooth, which was brilliantly done. Having
However,
Samoa Joe play the body and shit. What was his voice's name?
I don't know.
I know it was a big name actor. But they did a fantastic job with Sweet Tooth. I think the only character, like the staple character they did not have, was Mr. Grimm.
Yeah, but he's coming. And
I heard,
Live to like modernize them or like into the magical stuff. Who knows?
I kind of hope they do what
Sony?
they did.
Sony? Cool, you made a show. Where's my game?
Yeah, we haven't had a game in a long time. The last time we had a game was the PS3 one back in like 2011.
Yeah, good point.
Just please don't give me Mr. Grimm from that one. Give me Mr. Grimm from Twisted Metal Black, where he's a fucking Vietnam vet that is also a cannibal that wears the skull of his best friend.
Right.
I
keep thinking of Twisted Metal 2, Grimm.
Where he's like the Grim Reaper and he's just tired.
Yeah.
He just wants to. He's eepy.
Yeah. Let's see here. Then he had
No, that wasn't Mr. Grimm. That was eepy. That was that was Shadow's driver. Fucking. Oh, what was his name? Oh, fuck. And I love Twisted Metal. Shit, what was his name? He was the dead. He was like a dead guy that, like, literally, the only reason he competed was because he wanted to go back to sleep. Because he was dead, and he just wanted to rest in peace.
Right. Let's see. I guess moving on. Blizzard kind of like blew their shot with a World of Warcraft movie a few years back.
Yes, they did. They fucking.
Like, I mean, MMO is probably even harder to adapt, and they felt, I guess they tried to cram in too much because he was like, we're going to get one shot at this. Well, he fucked it up. And let's see here. Just scan through some stuff. Pikachu, pretty decent. Would like to see another one.
That movie was cute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's actually a surprising amount of Final Fantasy mangas that are pretty decent.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah, the Bioshock novels.
The Bioshock novels are actually very consider what
they do with Last of Us. Bioshock would be perfect for a live-action adaptation.
I agree. Thank you. Well, and you could do either one. You could set it in Rapture, or you could set it in New Columbia with fucking Booker. Just have Booker DeWitt be played by fucking what's his face? Actually, no, he's probably too old to act. Because the original Booker DeWitt was supposed to be played by the dude who played in The Mummy, the original actor for that.
Oh yeah, Brandon Fraser.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Brandon Fraser.
Yeah. And
you could tell if you look at Booker, he was kind of meant like the way his dialogue is.
Let's see here. Persona's got a decent amount of animes.
Oh yes, it does, and they are good.
Yeah, and then Life is Strange has got a surprising amount of books. Yeah.
I don't like Life is Strange, but okay.
Yeah, I like lesbian power. Yeah, I get it. And then let's see. The Mario movies are hit and miss. Like the kids love them, but I kind of
I saw the movie. I think it was good.
I think the Illumination movie is, hear me out, it's like a 5.5 out of 10. The animation's good. The references are great, but I don't think like I just wanted a little more. Right. A little bit more adventure.
I can see that.
Of Mario. A little bit more of that.
Yeah.
And just fleshing out a little bit more.
The cast was great.
Yeah.
I still think they did Charles Martinet dirty. I'm going to say on that. It did dirt. However, Charlie Sheen is still a good Luigi. I'm okay with that casting.
Like I said, like everyone did you could tell everyone put 110% into their fucking roles.
Right. Asa, you heard the story of Jack Black and the Peaches song.
Peaches, 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 peaches.
He was like, I just thought the stupidest thing I could, and they're like, brilliant!
It's Jack Black.
Yeah.
You do not tell the man of Tenacious D that he can't write a good song on the fly.
But yeah, when I'm asked about the Mario movies, I'm like, it depends. Like the live action, I think had better comedy, better story, better Mario Brothers. As the animated one, I thought had better action, a better princess, and a better villain.
I think it's just overall, I think the animated one was better. It fit Mario better. And just also, it's just a fun little movie to watch. Like, you could just turn your brain off and be like, Mario.
Then there's a shitload of Pokemon movies. Like, almost one every year.
Oh my god, yes, there is.
I mean, Pokemon's in so many different things. The board games, the animes, like you just said. Manga. Did you guys ever read Pokemon Adventure, the manga?
I know it's on my list, but
I have. It's a read from what I remember.
It is.
Another recent triumph. Then we have Arcane, which was good shit.
Which is I love My Human Misery.
Yeah.
I gotta eventually watch it. I'm not in League of Legends, but I'm willing to watch that.
It is good. It is really good.
You don't have to play the game. You know, it's kind of like Red vs. Blue. You don't need to play Halo to get into Red vs. Blue.
Okay, let me ask this, Matt. Do you like steampunk like aesthetic?
Oh yeah, there's steampunk. Yeah.
Okay with it. It's not a favorite, but I don't dislike it.
Yeah, it is a very much like a steampunk fantasy kind of vibe, but it's so good. It handles it so well.
So I do find this kind of interesting with Arcana. You know, basically, hey, let's go advertise the game. Wow, it's getting rave reviews, but it's not bringing us any players.
No, actually, it did the opposite. It did the opposite.
Well, there's they have like at least 5 spin-off games by now. No, they actually do better than the main game.
Yeah, their spin-off game. That's the funny thing. Riot's like dev team for like anything other than League, they do fantastic. Song of Nunu is amazing.
We discussed this on the podcast earlier episodes where one the main game just never really evolved. You know, there's just that one fucking player map. And 2, they're still using outdated, like, you know, microtransaction tactics.
On
top of that,
it's like compared that to Marvel Rebels now.
Yeah. I'm almost not trying to crap on League of Legends, but it's known for having a very toxic fan base.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I know for just an average Joe like me who has seen a person IRL be toxic around League, I'm just like, if this is even if a quarter, even a tenth of players are like you, man, I think I don't need to be around you. Or these players.
So, Matt, anything else you want to mention There's tons of stuff to talk about, but we would be here for like 8 hours. Yeah.
I think you're underestimating.
I was trying to be generous. 'Cause I was thinking like now I was thinking like Japanese horror games like Corpse Party, live action.
Or one of my favorite adaptations, Steins Gate, because that's originally a visual novel.
Or
I forgot about that.
What's
I
it
am
called?
Red
Yeah,
Stage.
so well done.
He's
Siren. The Siren games got a live action, which are decent.
Isaku.
Yeah, because let
bitch.
Nihongo, just it's like it's Japanese, okay? That is just a great scene, and in the dub, I will defend Funimation a little bit. It's you. Yeah, they had this guy speak Ebonics, and like they were written in the corner. It's like crap. Like comes out much more insensitive, but like how else could you write it?
But yeah, any more we want to list off for now?
I can't think of anything.
Alrighty. Well, you
My brain is drawing blanks right now, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, it's definitely time to call it. But I thank y'all for tuning in for the last episode of the podcast. Waifu Tavern Frequency will be back, and we'll definitely be diving into these adaptations in more detail for sure. So yeah, because a lot of it's just gonna be like me, reviewing the stuff. And if y'all want to ride along, by all means. But for now though, we'll see y'all on Twitch, in various channels and stuff. And thank y'all for put up with me and my passion projects and whatnot. Yeah. Love y'all. See you in a video and stream near you soon. Bye bye.
Take care, y'all.
Bye.